and welcome to Self-Improvement Atlas, the personal science insights podcast produced by LMSL, the Life Management Science Labs. I'm your host, Aditi, and in case you missed it last week, this is not your normal podcast episode. We are taking a break over the Christmas period, or the holiday period rather, but we decided that doesn't mean the videos have to stop. So I am taking one of our practices that we talked about with our guests, in particular the episode with Marinelli about exercise, in which he recommended keeping an exercise schedule, and I'm putting that into practice. You can catch my explanation of what I'm watching for and how I'm going about it in the first part of the series. This one is part 2. As we know, I didn't actually manage to exercise all that much, or at least not the full 150 minutes that I had planned. So I've decided to just schedule things a little better and focus on doing things that are 1, easy to do, and 2, are actually not kind of a pain to get through. So a lot less biking, definitely no strength training because I'm not ready for that yet, and a lot more Pilates and yoga because that's what I'm into now. Pilates and yoga, not 100% sure. Yoga, especially if that classifies as moderate exercise, but I like the way my body feels after I do it. So that's what I'm going for at the moment. But yeah, once again, this is week 2. I'm about to go do day 1 of my exercise right now. So I'll catch you very soon. Okay, it is day 1 of week 2, and forgive the lighting, it is awful outside right now, and this was the best thing I could do to make sure that we were getting enough light in the room to film. But day 1 of week 2, and if you remember correctly, I struggled a bit in week 1, so I just want to return to basics and make exercising fun, because that's what Ryan said was really essential to making sure that you stick to it every day. So I'm gonna do Pilates, which it's not exactly fun, but I don't hate doing it, and I usually feel pretty good after the end of a Pilates session, even if it was difficult. And it's always fun. I never find it boring. So again, fun, not the right word, but anyway, I've set up, I've got my yoga mat. Oh, I can't really see it. Over there. I'm gonna do 20 minutes of that for the YouTube video, and hopefully that'll set me up for the rest of the week. So it's day 3. I couldn't give kind of on the spot updates, so I'm doing this a few hours later. You might have noticed that I was on the bike again today, even though I said that I was going to stick to Pilates/yoga for the first 3 days, days 1 to 3, but I think it was just, it's been miserable weather here in Melbourne, And I didn't film at all on day 2, even though I actually did do a yoga set, because the lighting was so bad that no amount of lights could kind of turn it on. Also, it was kind of in the middle of the day. I was feeling really groggy and grimy, probably because of the weather, and that was just kind of my mental state as well, that I just didn't really want to be on camera. But I did do it. I did my 30 minutes of yoga, and I've done my 30 minutes of biking today. I think I decided to resort to biking because it is actually a sunny day as opposed to the past few days. So that's kind of why I kind of just wanted to sit outside and bike a little bit instead. At the start of my workday, so what I actually tried to do with my Pilates and with yoga I woke up really early in the morning and I did it then, but with the Pilates I kind of did that kind of right before lunch, and I actually didn't mind that. I feel like it really set me up for the rest of the day and helped me like actually get that work done, and I had a fair amount to do during the day, so it really set me up for that. But I actually started my exercise at 2 p.m. today, which is kind of the start of when I begin to work, and I think I like that better. It's now 4. There's a clock over there. It's 4. So I've done a little bit since, and I actually kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. It did kind of give me a bit of a rush of motivation. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm on the clock and I just have a lot to do, because that could totally be the case. It's also the final week that most people have to work in most of my workplaces. So I think a lot of people are also rushing to get things done, which is why I feel a bit more motivated to get things done, because I tend to be motivated by other people. So that could also be it. Overall, I'm not feeling too bad. So definitely, maybe overall my mental state is a bit better than last week as well. It's not 100%, but I don't know. I feel like that was alright. It is Friday of week 2, so this is day 4. And remember how I said we were going to try something different? Now, the bike is not very different, but what I am going to do is something Ryan recommended, which is combining exercise with things you actually enjoy, to make it more of a fun activity and also less of a task. So you're actually kind of combining exercise with your leisure time, to make it more interesting. So I am going to be watching Netflix. I'm going to be watching The Crown, and The Crown is an hour long, so it's probably not going to, I'm not going to be exercising for the entire hour, but I think I can probably do half the episode and then watch the rest of it as a reward. I think that's a good idea. We'll report back later. I did work up a sweat. That was way easier to do when I was watching TV at the same time. I think you'll recall in week 1, I put a podcast on and kind of biked to the time of the podcast. I managed to just do 10 minutes, and I'm about to do the rest of the 20. Without even realizing that I had been on the bike for 10 minutes. I can definitely feel the soreness in my thighs, but it doesn't feel like I've been exercising. So I really enjoy that, and I think I'm going to do that a lot more. I'm going to try that again tomorrow, actually, because I've got one more episode of The Crown left. Okay, it's day 5. Forgive this and yesterday's t-shirt. It is Saturday and I have not exercised. It's now 6 p.m. and frankly, I don't think I will be. I'm exhausted. I woke up today, felt awful, just felt really terrible, and that's why I haven't even bothered to dress up for this reflection video, because I really don't feel like being on camera right now, but I did want to be honest, I guess, in explaining and describing how I feel. So overall, I actually enjoyed doing the exercises this week a lot more. I did 4 out of 5 days, which is 120 out of 150 minutes. I'm pretty proud of that, because if I remember correctly, I did not manage to do that last week. But it didn't really stop my crash today. Now, a lot of that is weather related, I'm sure, because it's raining, or it has been raining all day. It's kind of just stopped. It's been miserable, it's been grey, and it's been like that for the entire week. So I've struggled to keep my mood up, and I'm frankly surprised that I even did what I did. I think it really helped that I was just sticking to exercise I enjoyed, even if they weren't exactly meeting the standards of what is vigorous, or moderate rather. Apologies for the background noise. My family is doing a quick pre-Christmas clean. But yeah, it didn't really stop the crash. I think that's just down to a lot more than exercise though. It is a particularly stressful time of year. Everyone's about to go on leave, so everyone's just working very, very hard to get things done before they go, and that has partially motivated me and kept me going throughout the week, so I haven't really felt my productivity drop, but I have felt my mood drop quite significantly, and I guess I can see why I crashed. So that's my thoughts, that's my reflections. I think I'm gonna stick to this model of doing things I really, really enjoy. I did want to, when I started this challenge, incorporate a bit more of like outside exercises. You've noticed I've been doing everything inside the house or on my deck, but it's just very difficult for me to like film when I'm outside, and it's just like, well, I went for a walk, you have to take my word for it. I do want to add that I do take my walk for a dog every day for half an hour, regardless of the exercise that I'm doing for this challenge, but I'm not filming that, and it's not the most vigorous exercise. It is very much a stroll because my dog likes to sniff around a lot, so it's not quite a brisk walk. It's pretty much normal walking pace for most of the time. But there is that, and maybe I should start to count that in my minutes as well, because it's not nothing. But yeah, it's just hard for me to film outdoors without help, and right now everyone's really busy because it's the Christmas period, so I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. So right now I have to stick to what I've got. I did get, however, my mum got a gym pass 5 days free, which fits in really, really well with this challenge, so I might consider doing it in week 4, so stick around to watch that. But I'm not 100% sure. It really depends on my mental state. But thank you for watching week 2 and following me on my journey this week. I hope you look out for week 3's episode, which will be out next week. Thank you. Bye.